The stadium lights hadn't even finished warming up when the world realized something was different about Shohei Ohtani in 2025. There was a silence, a shift in the air, the kind that happens before a storm hits. People didn't come to watch baseball that night. They came to witness a phenomenon. Nobody said it out loud, but everyone felt it. Ohtani wasn't just back, he was reborn. And from the very first crack of his bat, it was clear the league wasn't ready. Pitchers tried to pretend they weren't nervous. They nodded, exhaled, kicked the dirt, but their hands always shook on the first pitch. Every swing from Ohtani carried something deeper. Not anger, not revenge, something colder, certainty. He wasn't hoping to dominate. He knew he would. His first home run of the season didn't just clear the wall. It felt like a message. A reminder that greatness doesn't fade, it evolves. Fans stood before the ball even landed. They didn't cheer at first. They gasped. Because it wasn't about the distance. It was about the intention behind it. You could see it in his eyes as he rounded the bases. Calm, focused, almost surgical. Every pitcher who faced him afterward carried that memory. The fear, the realization, the acceptance. And the Dodgers dugout, they didn't look surprised. They looked grateful, as if they already knew they were walking beside something historic. There were nights when Ohtani's swing sounded different. Sharper, faster, like the air had less time to move around him. Crowds leaned forward instinctively each time he stepped in the box. Not because they expected a hit, but because they expected a moment. And he delivered, over and over, until the extraordinary started to feel normal. But even then, it never truly did. There was a game in June. One of those late-night West Coast classics. When the Dodgers trailed, the stadium restless. Ohtani stepped in. 2 outs. Rain beginning to fall. A pitcher sweating through his cap. The first pitch was a ball. The second, a strike. The third, fouled back with a sound like breaking glass. And then came the fourth. A hanging slider that floated in slow motion. Too slow, too high, too dangerous. Ohtani didn't swing hard. He didn't need to. He just guided the ball into orbit. The stadium didn't erupt. It exploded. Fans didn't scream words. They screamed emotion. And as he jogged the bases, lightning cracked over the horizon. It felt poetic. It felt scripted. It felt impossible. The highlight went viral before he even touched home plate. Analysts tried to explain it. But how do you explain someone who plays like gravity doesn't apply? There was the stolen base nobody expected. The opposite field homer everyone replayed. The line drive double that left the bat at 117 miles per hour. A number that made StatCast analysts stare at their screens like malfunctioning robots. And yet somehow, the numbers weren't the story. The story was the feeling. Teammates said it. Opponents admitted it. Fans understood it. Watching Ohtani in 2025 felt like watching the sport upgrade itself. Every great season has highlights. But this one had moments that made the world stop scrolling. A diving catch in right field that shouldn't have been possible. A 460-foot home run that disappeared into the night. A bases-loaded double that shifted an entire month of standings. And every time, he jogged back to the dugout humble, quiet, focused. Never pointing to himself. Always pointing to his teammates. But the truth, everyone knew who carried the weight. Then came September. The month when MVPs are crowned not by votes, but by moments. The Dodgers needed wins. They needed leadership. They needed magic. And Ohtani, he gave them all 3. His bat didn't just heat up. It caught fire. Home run after home run. Clutch hit after clutch hit. He became the calm in chaos, the answer to every question, the final word in every close game. Fans didn't talk about if he'd win MVP. They talked about how early the league should just hand it to him. And when the announcement finally came, Shohei Ohtani, 2025 National League Most Valuable Player, the baseball world didn't react with surprise. It reacted with respect. Because this wasn't just a trophy. It was a declaration. A statement to anyone who doubted him. Anyone who questioned his comeback. Anyone who thought he couldn't rewrite history twice. Ohtani didn't just return stronger. He returned legendary. And as the highlights replay across the world, as fans watch those majestic swings, those impossible moments, one truth becomes undeniable. We are witnessing greatness. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Right now. In real time. And long after the season ends. Long after the lights fade. Long after the noise settles. The story of Shohei Ohtani's 2025 MVP run will live on. As a reminder of what happens when talent, heart, resilience, and destiny collide. A reminder that sometimes, a player doesn't just play the game.